Good morning, children. Hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to start a new chapter, reproduction in human beings. You all are familiar with the term reproduction, isn't it? We studied it in reproduction in plants. It is same, that is the production of young one of its own kinds. The process by which a living organism produce their own kind is called reproduction. In plants, we studied that there are two modes of reproduction, asexual and sexual. Isn't it? But in humans, only sexual means of reproduction takes place. Okay. In animals also, asexual and sexual both methods can be found. But in human beings, only sexual mode of reproduction occurs. When we talk about sexual mode of reproduction, that means there is union of male and female gametes. Isn't it? Male and female gametes will unite. Now, what do you mean by gametes? Yes, same as we studied in reproduction in plants, gametes are the reproductive cells. In human beings, the reproductive system is very well developed. It is highly developed. Okay. And reproductive system means what? You know, an organ system, it is formed by different organs. So, the organs that form the reproductive system, that means the organs which are involved in reproduction, which takes part in reproduction, these organs are different in male and female. Okay. In these reproductive organs, there is a definite organ in which the reproductive cells are produced. Understood? And these reproductive organs in which reproductive cells, that is gametes, male and female gametes are produced, they are called gonads. Okay. Then the male, as we know that there are different male and female gamete, so they are given different terminologies. They are given different names. The male reproductive cell is called sperm. Okay. And female reproductive cell is called ova. And ova is the plural and singular is the ovum. Okay. So this is female reproductive cell. Ova or ovum. Sperms, now let us study the structure of sperms and ovum. So, sperm have a head, okay, containing the nucleus. Inside the head is the nucleus, then neck and a tail. This is the neck, this is the head and this is the tail. Now, why it has a tail? Because it has to swim towards the ovum. In reproduction in plants, we studied that male gamete move from anther to the stigma. Okay, for uniting. So, similarly here also this sperm will move towards the ovum and for this movement it will require the tail. The tail helps the sperm to swim towards the ovum. What is the shape of ovum? Ovum is spherical in shape. Okay. Now, let us study about male reproductive system. As we have already seen that male and female reproductive organs are different and therefore male and female reproductive system are also different. Okay, this is the structure or diagram of male reproductive system. This consists of the following organs and glands, as you can see here in this diagram. First one is testes. Testes, when the spelling is T-E-S-T-E-S, this is the plural term. Okay, and we generally use this term because there is always a pair, that is two testes are there in one male. Okay, and its singular is T-E-S. T-I-S. In each testis, when I am talking each, so I will use this term. So, in each testis, there are coiled tubes. Okay. And these coiled tubes are called seminiferous tubules. This term is not there in your book. You can write it down. Seminiferous tubules. Inside these tubules, sperms are produced. Okay. Now, there is one more interesting point that testes are present outside the body. Okay, it is not there inside the abdomen. It is hanging out of the body and it is placed in the scrotum. Then this seminiferous tubules, they join together from each testis. Okay, this seminiferous tubules from inside this testis, they join together to form epididymis. This is called epididymis. This tube which is here these coil tubes, which you cannot see it clearly in this picture. Okay, this one, this above portion, let me show you again. This. Okay, so here it forms epididymis, and this testes produce a very large number of sperms at one time. Okay, next organ is we will talk about accessory glands. A few important accessory glands are associated with the male reproductive system. Okay, they secrete different fluids. These fluids together with the sperms form the semen. Okay, what it forms? It forms semen, which is released out of the male penis. So there are three types of accessory glands. First one is prostate gland, as you can see here. Then Cooper's gland, which is not there in this diagram. Okay, it is located somewhere here. Then seminal vesicles. I think, yes, this is the seminal vesicles. Now, prostate gland, this prostate gland is circling the urethra. You know what is urethra? You have studied urethra when you must have studied about excretory system. So this is the urinary bladder. As you can see here, it is the rectum and then anus. Okay, means large intestine, then rectum and then anus. So this urinary bladder will release urine from urethra. You know that. And surrounding the urethra is a gland which is called prostate gland. Okay, it forms almost 15 to 33% of the semen. The next is the Cooper's gland. It is also called Cowper's gland. Okay, some people call it Cooper's and some call it Cowper's. Both the pronunciation is correct. So Cowper's gland secrete fluid that serves as a lubricant. Okay, and this opens into the urethra just before it enters the penis. Okay, this is the penis. Here the penis starts. So where the urethra enters the penis, just before this it secretes the secretion into the urethra. Understood? And the next is the seminal vesicles. There is a pair of pouch-like structure. As you can see here, this is a pouch-like structure which lie at the base of the urinary bladder. Okay, there is a pair, means there are two seminal vesicles and they secrete an alkaline fluid. Okay, which type of fluid? Alkaline fluid. You must have studied what do you mean by the term alkaline in your chemistry classes. So it secretes an alkaline fluid. This forms about 60% of the semen. Understood? It also consists of carbohydrate which give energy to the sperm. Why energy is needed to the sperm? Why sperm will need energy? Because it has to move inside the female reproductive organ to meet to the female gamete, isn't it? To meet to the ovum. So these are the three main accessory glands present in the male reproductive system. Now as we studied that this is the epididymis. Okay. Now this epididymis, it continues and this tube-like structure continues as the tube-like structure which is called the vas deferens. Okay. This is also called sperm duct which opens at the top of the urethra. As you can see here, this is vas deferens. It opens here in the urethra. Through this duct, the sperms leave the testes and reach the urethra. We know that sperms are produced in the testes, then they are matured in the epididymis, then they travel from the vas deferens and it reach the urethra. In urethra, there is already the different fluids which are secreted by the different glands. Isn't it? We studied this right now. And this fluid and the sperm, they together will form the semen. Okay, what they will form? Semen. Now, urethra, what is urethra? You have studied in excretory system. Here, urethra has one more role in male. Other than passing urine, urethra also passes semen from the testes. Okay, it is a small duct that passes through the penis. You know that. You have studied in excretory system. This is the duct which is passing from the penis and semen also pass through this urethra. Means it has two functions in male. Okay. Now what is penis? Penis is the male reproductive organ through which semen is released. Just like when you study urethra, you say urethra is that organ from which urine is released. Now here you know that there is one more function of urethra other than urine. It also releases the semen. Okay, and where this is present? Inside the penis. So what is penis? It is the male reproductive organ through which the semen is released. Both urine and semen pass through the penis. So this is all about the male reproductive system. So let us revise all the organs that we have studied in male reproductive system. They are testes, accessory glands, which consist of prostate gland, Cowper's gland, and seminal vesicles. Cowper's gland name is given after the name of William Cowper. Okay. William Cowper, who was an English surgeon and anatomist, who gave the earliest description of Cowper's gland. Then there are different organs like vas deferens, urethra, and penis. So this is another view of male reproductive organ. I'm showing this figure because it shows you Cowper's gland here. See, I told you it is somewhere here, and it releases its secretion at the start of penis or at the end of the urinary bladder. Okay, then other things you have seen there, like this is perineum, seminal vesicle, ejaculatory duct, epididymis, seminiferous tubules. You can see here seminiferous tubules clearly. Even epididymis is also clear in this picture. Okay, so I have added this picture for you. This is the front view. It looks like this. As I told you, there are two testes. These are the two testes. These are the epididymis, and then you can see that seminal vesicles, two pouch-like structures are there. Okay, so this is the front view of male reproductive system. Now study well, revise this again, and enjoy your learning.